Hello class. Today we're going to look at writing equations of a line in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is going to be super beneficial for us. It's going to make graphing our line really, really easy. So here is what slope-intercept form looks like. We have y equals mx plus b. We're going to plug numbers in for m and b because our m represents our slope and the b represents our y-intercept. So here's an example of what an equation in slope-intercept form would look like. Y equals 7x minus 2. Our slope is strictly the number in front of the x, so 7, and then our y-intercept is negative 2. So you use the sign in front of that b value. Here's another one. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus 5. Slope would be negative 1/3 or negative 1/3, and our y-intercept is a positive 5 this time. I'd like you guys to tell me what are the slope and y-intercept of this equation, y equals 2x minus 10. Occasionally, we will not have our equation already in slope-intercept form, but we can put it in slope-intercept form to graph or to state what our slope and y-intercept are. So our goal to get into slope-intercept form would be to solve for y. So we're going to start by adding that constant. Okay, 2x plus 3y, then I add 9, so I get equals 9. And now I want to get that 2x to the other side. It's already a positive 2x, so I need to subtract the 2x from each side. That leaves me with 3y equals negative 2x plus 9. I go ahead and put the x term first, since that's how it is in y equals mx plus b form. And now lastly, we need to divide every single term by 3. Go ahead and leave your slope as a fraction, so negative 2/3, but then 9 divided by 3 is 3. So here our slope is negative 2/3, and our y-intercept would be positive 3. So let's see what it looks like to graph something in slope-intercept form. So we have the equation y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Slope is a half, y-intercept is 3. Remember, when you go to graph, our slope is always rise over run, so that's going to be super beneficial to remember. So I'm going to look at this graph. I've already obviously graphed this, but let me show you what I did. So our y-intercept is 3. That means it has to cross our y-axis at positive 3. So I started right here on this dot, okay? And then our slope is 1/2. 1/2, so we rise 1, and then we run 2 to the positive side, so 2 to the right. So up 1 over 2, you can see up 1, and then over 2, 1, 2 places. Okay, again, we can rise 1 and run 2 to our next point. Now, since we kind of ran out of graph space up in this corner, I went back to where I started. And instead of going up 1 and to the right, you can go quote unquote backwards. So instead of up, we go down 1. And instead of to the right 2, we're going to go to the left. Sorry, my pen's not working. We're going to go to the left 2 points. Okay. So up 1 to the right 2. When you run out of graph, come back to your starting point, your y-intercept, and go down 1 and then to the left 2 spots. So this is our graph, y equals 1/2 x plus 3. When you get practice with these, they're going to be substantially easier than making your XY tables that we've done in the past. So let's look at another one. Here we have y equals negative 4x. So our slope is negative 4. We can write that as a fraction, so it fits our rise over run. It's negative 4/1. We don't have a plus b, so our y-intercept is 0. So we start at y equals 0, which is the origin, and then we rise negative 4, which means we're going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we run 1. Since it's positive, we go to the right. So we went down 4 to the right 1. Again, I'm out of space down here, so go back to where you started. Instead of going down and to the right, hopefully you can guess we're going to go up and to the left. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to the left 1. Here's just a couple key little hints. When you're going to graph, if you have a positive slope, you will move up and to the right, or when you have to go back to your starting point, you would go down and to the left. So this is super important that you write down. So this is a cheat sheet that you have later on. If you have a negative slope, like our last example, we went down and to the right or up and to the left. So here you can see that. We had a -4 slope, so from our starting point, we went down 4 and to the right 1. Or when we went back to our starting point, we went up 4 and to the left 1. So keep these pieces of information in mind. And then lastly, you're going to be given equations, or lines on a graph, and you have to write the equation. So here we have our graph. We have to write the equation in slope-intercept. So we're looking for y equals mx plus b. Well, that means we need our m and our b. So our m, we have 2 points right here. We go up 1 over 3, so our slope is 1/3. And our y-intercept is -2. So we plug those into our y equals mx plus b to get y equals 1/3 x minus 2 as our equation.